Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Hope everybody is having a good holiday season. Weather's kind of actually our weather was good today, and we have I think a good prediction for the next couple of days. So we should have a good weekend. So again, welcome fishing family back to our channel. Happy holidays to you all. Happy New Year's Eve. I'm Patrick, and today I thought it would be cool for us to have a live event with YAKnDaughter. For those who've been following the channel, you know she kind of turned it up this year, and she decided to give kayak fishing a try, and she did great. So I thought it would be good to cap the season off by sort of hearing her perspective about her first season in kayak fishing. So that's what we have planned today. We're going to bring on YAKnDaughter, aka Baby Girl, aka Winner, and we just thought we'd have a really free flow session on sort of her experiences, first time out kayak fishing, and sort of her ups and downs. And you can kind of get it from a newbie. I mean, we're all beginners, but I mean, she's just fresh to it, like her perspective on everything. So without further ado, I want to bring in YAKnDaughter. Bear with us. I think this is only our second live event. Our first one was back earlier. We did a giveaway on one of our mystery tackle box versus monster bass videos, and also stay tuned. Later on, we're running a holiday giveaway, so we'll go over the rules for that a little later on. That's still going on. So without further ado, is YAKnDaughter. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you? Hey guys, what's going on?
So now, as everybody know, this has really been a crazy year, and you know, through it all, it has really been great to spend time with the family. I think that's sort of one of the hidden gems in all this craziness is folks got forced to sort of be still for a little bit and do different things out of the ordinary. I know, as you know, people. You know, we're praying for people who lost family members, praying for people who are out of work or suffering. And at the same time, you know, we're praying that, you know, families grew closer together and sort of got to do more things and sort of just approach life from a different perspective. So that's kind of, you know, what hit us as a family this year. I had a nice surprise. With my daughter, who asked one day to go out kayak fishing and give it a try. And we actually spent most of the late spring and all of the summer fishing together. So she was my roadie this year in kayak fishing. So it was kind of, you know, a blessing in disguise. So Winner, introduce yourself to our fishing family. I know, you know, for those who follow the channel, some have seen you online, but just introduce yourself.
Hey guys, I'm Winna. Yeah, new to this whole thing, so it's been a fun experience nonetheless, like getting to be able to do this during all this craziness. But yeah, you guys should check out some of my videos that I've been with my dad.
So Winner, overall, like, what was your experience in your first season kayak fishing?
It was a fun experience. I really liked it. Yes, it was scary at first, but getting like into like the whole thing and getting like the hang of it was really fun.
Oh, cool. What was one of your best moments kayak fishing, or what was one of the highest points for you in this first season?
Well, I have two high points because it was getting 2 PBs at 2 different places, but catching a largemouth bass was really cool.
Yeah, that was I'm trying to that was, I think we were in a lake over in Woodbury, New Jersey. And it was like I hadn't been to that lake all year long. I don't think I've been to that lake since maybe early in 2019. And we decided to hit it up. We wanted to, go to a new lake that one I hadn't been to. And for some reason, the water level was incredibly low in that lake, at least in the section that we were in. And we were getting our butts kicked earlier in the day, and we were about to wrap it up with, and as I was heading back to the ramp, I looked over and baby girl was over there wrangling a nice sized bass. I think it was also one of the first times maybe a couple of weeks before, you had just started getting into using artificials.
Artificial, yeah.
And that was the first time I think you were fishing with artificials from the kayak, which I know was a bit of a struggle. And I think you had tied on a worm, and Barbara did you catch that on a worm or Barbara or an artificial? You remember? You can go back. You guys check out the video. It's in the video, but it was like one of those things where we were ready to pack it in, and we were kind of headed back to the ramp, and then I look over and she was wrangling a nice sized bass. So for those who fish, you know what it's like catching that first nice bass. And she had a huge smile on her face. So that was like, I agree. That was a high point, because I think maybe the week before or maybe 2 weeks prior, we had gone out and she had literally caught her first bass ever. But it was a happy moment because she caught a different species, right? Her first bass, but it was kind of, it was a small baby bass. So I think when she caught that first big one in the kayak, like it was massive. Like it was a massive event. Like she had a huge smile. So it was like a cool, very, very cool day. What was some of the worst or craziest moments? I know, like what was one of those times when you're like, what the heck does Dad got me into? Like I just wanted to fish, and now we're like in a kayak, and it's COVID, and there's all these crazy things. So what was one of the low points or craziest moments from the season?
I would say like when fishing into like those banks, and there's like a tree overhead, and just like if you like cast too far in, it may get caught on the stuff. Like then you end up like getting stuck and whirled into it, and it's like it's a big mess.
Oh well, that's a low point for everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've gotten tangled up in some of those this year too. Yeah, so it was one trip, and like I was proud because like you got all tangled up. It was like I think one of the first times where you had gotten yourself untangled. You were kind of doing your thing on your own for the first time. I think it might have been one of the first times you had tied your own line and hook and bobber and everything on. So although you got a little tangled, it also was a day that showed me like you're picking the stuff up and you kind of getting it. You're doing it on your own. Right. And then, shortly after, I think a week or two, like I got all tangled up and needed your help. I had rods getting pulled out of my kayak because I don't know. I just drifted off mentally and didn't realize I was going under a bunch of trees, and I had all my rods sticking up in the back, and all heck broke loose. So it happens to the best of us, but it was pretty cool. So is this what advice would you have from somebody who is thinking about fishing or thinking about kayak fishing? Just sort of based on the first year that you had and kind of everything that you went through, your growing pains, your pluses, your minuses, what advice would you give somebody who's looking to pick this up?
what advice? If like someone was really interested, and like getting to do this, it is a fun skill to pick up, and you can do research and stuff like that. But I mean, based off my experience of just like jumping right into it, it was really fun. Um, Nerve wracking, it's tight a tiny bit, but more so I was like excited of my first wheel of a fish. The first time I went out, you guys can check that video out. I like after catching that, just like got me more excited to be able to catch more fish and just get back out there and stuff like that. So I would suggest anyone pick up this skill because it's really fun and a nice kind of like winding down time to just get out in the water, catch some fish, release and have a good time with whoever you're with.
Yeah, I think that was the other thing. It was really cool to just be out. It was one of the few things that we could still do. With everything like in New Jersey, like a lot of places around the country, it went from California and Oregon and Washington State, and like New York and New Jersey got hit really hard. And they closed down all the state parks and marinas and everything like that. So there were a lot of people who couldn't go out and sort of fish from their boats.
Yeah.
But we pretty much through this entire thing could go out with the kayaks or bank fish. You had to maintain, your social distancing and everything else. But pretty much throughout this whole thing, which I think helped, at least for me, keep some sanity, we were able to go out and kayak fish. So it was a good way to just decompress, get out, enjoy nature, and have something to do. That was, again, like, was kind of like one of those blessings. I know it was kind of crazy. It was a crazy year to pick it up with everything else going on and us trying to juggle around schedules with work. And I have two of my sons who are primary workers. So they, literally had to, work through this whole thing. Is this something you will stick with now that you got your feet wet? Or was this one of those just a COVID-inspired summer thing to do?
No, I would definitely stick with this because it's a fun time. When I have like free time, just go out on the water and catch some fish. I would definitely do it.
What pushed you to even asked to go that first weekend? Like I said, was it COVID inspired or was it just like
a little bit COVID
curiosity? There we go.
Yeah.
And not that, and I was kind of shocked, but I wasn't, because my daughter is like, she'll try pretty much anything, and she's kind of a go-getter that way. But we have been out, I've been out with the boys. You guys have seen Junior on the channel a number of times, PJ, and my son Chris, that's Ghetto Yakker, for those who want to check out that video. And even my son Russell came out this year for the first time kayak fishing. So he got his feet wet this year as well. So Wynn had seen us go out a number of times and never seemed to have an interest. So it was kind of like I said, it was a pleasant surprise for her to ask that weekend. So what's the future hold for you? What are some of the things that you're looking to do as you look forward to next season?
Look forward to getting a kayak myself and learning some more ties, maybe like working better with bigger artificial lures and getting some different species, getting that pickerel I never got.
Yeah. Yeah, that was the third species she was looking for this year. I think there was a day where you actually was catching pretty good. You were catching you were catching some decent bluegill, and I was just having a crappy day. I was having a good day on the water. I was with my daughter. It was a nice day, but I was definitely doing way more fishing and less catching than baby girl. And I don't know. I decided to drift over. No, it started to rain that day, and we were heading back. So kind of on our way back, I figured I would hit the banks one last time as we did basically a big circle to head back, and hooked into a pickerel, which I then proceeded to hit the GoPro to film it, not realizing that the GoPro was already on. So the one nice catch I had that day, not on film, because I actually wound up turning the GoPro off right as I was catching it. It was a good fight, brought it in. But I think that was our first pickerel all year long as well. At least you and I being out.
Right. Yeah.
But I had a catch. I got a picture of it. That video's out there as well. So definitely check out the videos. So yeah, it was a slow day for me. She was literally kicking my butt that day, until I brought the pickerel in. So if we were going, by size, maybe I won that day. But if we were going by volume, I definitely got my butt kicked that day. It was cool. I think I see Junior in the chat. So PJ's on. He's the Hive Mind TV. He had a crazy schedule this year. I think he tried to get out a couple times. But he's got a couple of videos out there. One you guys have to check out. I think the video is called "The Rats of the Sea." Check out, PJ. It's like he wants to fish, but it winds up being more of a comedy routine when me and my youngest son go out, because he has an interesting aspect on fishing. He likes his lazy boys and the kayak. He wants to lean back. He's got his phone. He's got his ear plugs in, and he's doing all these other things. It's like focused. He's like grinding it out. PJ, I think one of the videos, you guys got to listen to it. I think it's called "The Lost Member of the Rat Pack." Like I'm just focused. I'm trying to grind out. I think I went out that day to catch. There's this fish that's eluded me like 2 years in a row in these pads, and I was really focused on hitting some top water or some punching to get this fish, and I just couldn't bring this fish in. So I was fishing some other spots in the lake. I started hitting on some panfish. Called PJ over, or called him on the phone and said, "Hey, I got a hot spot over here." And PJ comes drifting over. I had to cut a lot of it out because of copyrights, but I was fishing some other spots in the lake. PJ comes drifting over, and lo and behold, like he's got Frank Sinatra blaring like from his phone on the kayak. He's just sitting back playing. He did it his way, and it was one of those comical moments where that probably, we like all kind of music. So from the music point of view, that wasn't unexpected, but it was just unexpected to see my son paddling over to Frank Sinatra, like in the middle of the lake, and us trying to fish. So that's a day on the water with PJ. So definitely check out that video. I think it's called the Lost Member of the Rat Pack. So 2021, you said that one of the things that you were looking forward to is now you're really going to dive head first into it. You're going to get your own kayak. So any thoughts on the kayak? What kind of kayak you're looking for? Pedal, paddle, color, type, manufacturer? Any insights on that?
Still looking into it, but I feel like paddle would work.
Paddle. See, when you're her age, paddle, very attractive. When you're my age, you look forward to having the pedal drive, maybe even a trolling motor, and you can occasionally paddle when you get the urge to relive your teenage years. But yeah, so baby girl will be that's one of the things we're going to do in the off season is going to hunt for a kayak for her. Oh, I see our friends YAKnDaughter. Welcome to the live, guys. Yeah, we're trying to follow in their footsteps. Like YAKnDaughter is a great father-daughter team as well here in South Jersey. I know you guys are in Jersey, but I don't think you guys are in South Jersey, maybe Central Jersey. But they've just been blowing up. Like they are great, great folks. They have a great channel. You guys need to check them out. We'll put links to it in the video, in the description. But if you guys get a chance to check out YAKnDaughter, definitely check them out. But their channel they got great content on their channel. They're great people. They're always supporting other anglers. So if you guys, welcome to our second live event, guys. Thanks for the support. And if you guys get a chance, check out YAKnDaughter on YouTube. Who else I see? I see other folks. LaYakFishing. How you doing? Welcome in the channel. I see my old team mom, April Platt, is in the channel. She's got a question there. Do you guys just use rods or do you hand fish too? So we primarily use rods, but we have hand fishing. Let me tell you how we hand fish. I think it was last year. I hooked a fish. Something happened to my rod. I think it came apart. I don't even know what happened. And I was sitting there pulling the fish in by hand. So we primarily rod fish, but we will hand fish out of necessity. Thanks, LaYakFishing.
Thank you
for the support. He or she, I'm sorry, I'm saying I don't know if it's a he. I think the picture is a he. So when LaYakFishing is asking, what are your goals for 2021?
Goals is to have more fishing under my belt for the times I went out, and to also catch different species
and get a kayak, right?
Yeah, and get a kayak.
So yeah, mine is to put more time on the water. I'm hoping of course all of this craziness with COVID calms down, so we can get out in larger packs. So like I said, I don't think maybe one time this year I fished with more than just Winner or PJ or Russell. So we didn't get a lot of time for me and my sons or my daughter, everybody to fish together. So I'm hoping to get more of that in 2021. And we're going to hit some more waters because again, we kind of stuck close to home. One, because of everything going on with COVID. Two, we had an illness in the family. So we had to really stick close to home this year. And so getting out to more lakes and rivers and some inshore and saltwater for 2021 is something we really want to do, and actually do some collab fishing with. I think I was on YAKnDaughter, one of their live events a couple of weeks ago, and we talked about getting together with them. They've never kayak fished. We got a couple of kayaks, so hopefully we'll be doing some stuff with them next year as well. Doing some fishing together, but primarily just getting more time on the water and getting baby girl here into her own yak. That's sort of the plan for 2021. I hope everybody has a great New Year, had a great holiday season. With everything going on, one of the interesting things that I found, sort of in the angler community and just jumping on different lives, like I said, I was on MK Live and just following their channel and other folks' channel. There's some really, really good people in fishing. And I think other folks can take an example of that. I know there's a lot of hostility and resentment and hatred and craziness going on. But honestly, you know, all of the folks that I've come across, either online and some of the angler communities on Facebook and on Instagram, or just being out on the water and seeing other anglers, it was really cool talking to people this year and just seeing other people out in the water and chatting with them, and everybody was really cool. So I know, you know, we see a lot of craziness going on TV and everything else, but I think, you know, when we look at the larger perspective, you know, people are still pretty decent, and we have some really, really good people, I think, that support these different channels. So I just wanted to put that out there in the universe, because I know sometimes you can get lost in everything that we see going on in the news cycles and everything else. So before we wrap up here, we're not going to keep this a long live event. We know this is New Year's Eve. We wanted to stretch our legs. This was one of our goals for 2021, is to do more live events. And I wanted to get Winner with her first one under her belt. So we thought it would be a good way to sort of check a box, and also get Winner's feet wet. She had an unbelievable year. Like, she, every single time, I think, except the last time out. You guys will see that video coming out. Like, she's the first person that I know, like, took up fishing, especially kayak fishing. And not only did she have to learn how to fish and handle a rod and a line and put a hook on and a bobber and kind of find spots and see where the, you know, fish are or how they're reacting, but deal with the kayak, right, and controlling the kayak and being pushed around by the waves and the wind. But she managed to catch a fish pretty much every single time out. So she was my little good luck charm there too this year. So she didn't know what the word skunk was for a very, very, very long time. So.
Actually didn't.
I know. It's like,
it's like, wait,
you guys will see it. We still have some content that is coming out, and we decided to end our year with going to a brand new lake that even I hadn't been to. It was probably the biggest lake that Wynn had fished all year. My electronics decided to go take a hike. So, you know, I did all of this research and had all these waypoints and everything I programmed into my fish finder, and that, you know, of course, went kaplooey like as soon as we were entering the water. So we were, you know, doing it old school, and you know, baby girl didn't deliver that day. I don't know what happened, and she had this look on her face like
like, really?
Like, who, me? I didn't catch a fish today? Like, what's wrong? Like, the stars did? I was like, yeah, baby girl, that's how the rest of us live, like, most of the time. Like, she was completely at awe with not catching a fish. So I see Jason Whitmore joined. He's talking about the Vibe Shear water. We'll check that out. I think the Vibe Shear water might be too big. One of the things that we're looking at, I think, is we're trying to get her into a yak that's probably under 11 feet. So somewhere around probably 10.5 foot max. You know, she has a big attitude and a big stature, but she's really a small, she's quiet power, we call it. So we're trying to look for a smaller yak, probably in the 9 to, like I said, 10.5 foot, 10.5 foot range. But we will definitely check out the Vibe Shear water. I was looking at, you know, we've been looking at a lot of, she wants a paddle, but, you know, I've been looking at both paddle and pedal with her. And kayak prices have just gone through the roof. I think because of everything going on, it was like one of the few things that people could go out and do. So it just kind of drove up the price. We're definitely not getting her a big speed motor because she's too young. She's got to put some sweat in and exercise those muscles. I may be, you know, looking at a big speed or or one of the other motors. But like we're not getting any of those for any of the children. They have to put work in. And you have a good Happy New Year too, Jason.
Yeah,
I don't know, Jason, are you the same one that won one of the prizes earlier in the year? Is that the same Jason Whitmore? I think it is. I'm not sure whether he won a mystery tackle box or a monster bass, but I think Jason was one of our winners in our giveaway earlier in the year. And if you haven't checked it out, Jason, check out our last mystery tackle box versus monster bass video, because we announced another giveaway in that video. So since you have a hot hand, you might as well try to end the year on a good note and get two in the bag here, 2 wins in the bag for the year. So check that out, and hopefully you get another win in. Yeah, so he said it was him. So I thought I recognized the name. Thanks for the continued support. So anything else? Any suggestions for a winner from you guys that have more fishing experience? I know M&K, those guys have a lot of experience in at least definitely more than us on saltwater. So any or Jason or anybody in the forums right now, anybody have any suggestions, comments, tips for a winner or anybody else that's on right now who may be new to fishing? Or some of the things that you guys are looking to do for 2021? So Jason's saying his go-to is a Texas rig with a 7-inch worm. Jason, I should know this because we sent you the prize. But what part of the country are you in? Iowa. All right, cool. Yeah. So yeah, I'm next year. That's one of the things. So that's one of the things we'll be doing in the off season. We'll probably be making a couple of videos of that. So when this year has learned how to at least rig up her wad, so she knows how to put. I don't think I let you spool a line yet, so we'll be doing that. But she definitely knows how to run a line up the guides and put her hook and her barber on and everything. And she just started with artificial lures. So one of the things we'll be doing in the off season is teaching her how to rig up different plastics, and a Texas rig is definitely one of them. A lot of the lakes that we fish around here is loaded with vegetation, so having a Texas rig, or anything rigged weedless or Texpos is a plus for us in this area. So that's definitely one of the go-to rigs that I'm going to teach her how to rig up, and that she'll be using next year, God willing. Thanks for the tip. So Iowa, like we can fish a little bit in the winter here. It's not great. Do you get to do any fishing in the wintertime out in Iowa? Does everything freeze over? You do some ice fishing? That's another thing. Like we're gonna get into. PJ and I were supposed to do that this year. We bought fly rods, and we were gonna do some fly fishing, but we didn't get a chance to do that. So that's something you guys will be seeing from us in 2021 on the channel. Some fly fishing, and I've never done ice fishing. Has anybody done ice fishing? Jason's like Iowa, yeah, only if you do ice fishing. That's why I just thought about Iowa. It's like, yeah, I have a couple of friends up in Minnesota, and it's you know, they're in ice fishing mode. That's something I've never done. I'd love to do that. So Winna, anything else before we're coming up on 40 minutes? I really appreciate everybody jumping on. I know it's Christmas Eve. I know it's I know it's New Year's Eve. So I really appreciate everybody just giving us some support and jumping on, and the feedback and the suggestions. Jason, do you have a Vibe Shearwater? Is that the kayak you fish out of? And I don't know if it's LaYakFishing or LaYakFishing. What part of the country are you in? And we'll check out your channel too. I don't know. I'm sorry, the hyperlink is not showing up, but that hyperlink I put in is the hyperlink to M&K Outdoors. I'll find the channel link for LaYakFishing as well and put it out there. So Jason said he's got a Hobie Outback.
Oh, he got it today.
Oh, he got a Shearwater, so he's got. Oh, cool. Let me know which one you like best. I have a couple of buddies that have the Outback, but I don't know anybody, at least in my immediate group, that fishes out of a Shearwater. I've seen them online. I've heard of them. There's a channel I follow. I think it's Yak USA. He does a lot of mods on the Vibe Sea Ghost. I think he moved up to a Hobie this year, but he started out in a Vibe Sea Ghost. So that's a lot of where I get a lot of information on the Shearwater and the Vibe kayaks. I hear they're pretty good though. So guys, we're going to hang out just for another 15 minutes so we can round it up to a full hour. Loved if anybody can, throw some tips, questions in. What did everybody get? Anybody got any good fishing gifts for Christmas? I have to give my my youngest son PJ, and I think it was Winna who teamed up to get me the Go Cam for Christmas. So I will be shooting some great underwater footage of all of the fish that I do not catch next year. So we'll be able to see them. And I don't know why they don't make it on the hook. Which I guess is informational, will help me learn. But no, it was really I was just talking about it like a couple of weeks ago that I really wanted to get the Go Fish underwater fishing camera, and my kids came through. So thank you guys again. And I got some fishing towels, which is always good, and I got a lanyard that I can hang a bunch of stuff off of. My wife got me the Boondocks extender for the days where nobody wants to go fishing with Dad. I don't have to pull the Malone trailer out. So I got a pretty good haul for Christmas. Anybody got any good gifts? What'd you get? What are your fishing gifts this year?
I didn't get any fishing gifts.
Yeah, a tackle bag.
Oh yeah.
You see, it ranked right here, ladies and gentlemen.
I got a nice tackle bag I can use.
Let's see. I'm trying to catch up to some of the comments here. Yeah, I think we have everybody. What is everybody's plans for the new year? Anybody doing anything cool tonight or into tomorrow? Oh, we're close. We got. I thought we maybe get around, maybe if we got 10 folks on the stream, that would be good for a night like tonight, and we're right around 7. So again, guys, I really.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, so April. I don't know if you guys can see April Platt, who's my. I know I've known April, like I don't even know how many years. I can't even count at this point. She. I used to coach. I coached football for about 20 years. A lot of them here in South Jersey. And April was my team mom. She became my team mom. And I coached 3 of her boys. She has a lot. So I didn't coach all of them. So some of them were before me, and she is one that came after my tenure, which I would have loved to coach Nano, because he's just like he's just like on steroids. Like he's one of the most juiced up kids I've ever seen in my life. So I would have loved to have coached him. But I coached 3 of her sons. One of them who joined the Marines this year, who just finished his basic training. I call him Tony, but Anthony, and very, very proud of him, man. I remember him coming to my team. He's not a 6 foot guy. Like he's small in stature, but this kid had one of the biggest hearts. Just tenacious, worked hard. He's a great kid. So he's definitely the type that would go fight for this country and who you want representing this country. So she's on, and she says she was hoping. What's FT? She was hoping to. What's FT? Like I'm not good with all these acronyms from texting and stuff. So help me out, Winner. What's FT?
It's FaceTime.
Huh? Oh,
FaceTime.
She was hoping to FaceTime Tony. Okay, see, that's what you need the young folks for. Yeah, I text him and he texts me back, so it was good to hear from him. But yeah, he's a graduate, a new graduate of the Marine Boot Camp, and he's what's his MOS? April, what's he's gonna? I mean, he'll be a general, I'm sure, at some point. But in the meantime, what's his MOS? Hey, Jason, thanks for joining, man. You have a great New Year, and I'm sure we'll catch up with you on the channel or in another live. Thanks for the support, man.
Coming out.
Oh, so his MOS, he's gonna be on the security force, so that's cool. Let me know if you hear from him. Thanks. So guys, I'm gonna give Winner the last couple of minutes here, and then we will shut down the stream. Again, from me personally, I want to thank everybody for the crazy, tremendous support that you guys have given the channel this year. Some of you, all of you guys, for the best wishes. Some of you guys know what we were going through with our family members. So thank you guys for all of the love and support that you pushed out. And we will be putting out a lot of content in 2021. We still have some content from this year that we'll be pushing out here in the next couple of days. But just for me, thank you guys for the support. And I'm going to turn it over to my lovely daughter so she can take us home.
Thank you guys so much for coming out and viewing this live stream. I hope to do more with my dad, and look forward to having to see more videos of us catching more fish.
Yeah, definitely catching more fish.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big goal. So again, thank you guys. Please be safe. Have a wonderful and happy and prosperous and blessed new year. And see you guys on the other side of the year. And listen, I'm sure everybody's looking forward to 2021. So let's get 2020 in the bag, and let's get on to partying and fishing in 2021. So see you guys all soon. Thank you guys. Don't forget to check out our channel on YouTube and check us out on Instagram. Love, like, support, and just be kind to one another. And you know, if you get into a tight situation, just take a deep breath. See you guys in 2021.
See ya.